A teacher's salary in a primary school today also starts at 6,000 rupees. Mostly, maybe they are not happy with the kind of money they make, or they are not happy with the work that they are doing. So, people, when they are not happy in their lives, they'll remove frustration in others.
Did you have any KTs? Did you flunk in college?
Yeah, I did, of course, and I don't regret it at all, because earlier it used to hurt me because they would not look at any positive thing about you and they are the first ones to put you down. But today, as a mature person, somebody in mid 30s, I can understand that maybe they wanted more out of life and they didn't achieve it. You know, the only way to kill a bully is that you stop getting bullied by that person. My suggestion is that just stand up and walk against it. Don't get bullied. Whatever decision you take, you know, the forces of nature will settle you well. I just feel that, you know, get more into your spiritual side and discover what you are really made of. And don't take bullshit, right? There will be bullies all your life. You have to decide, okay, I will not let this affect me, and I'll probably go where I find my dignity.
What's good, you guys? So many people want to get into the corporate world and become corporate kings. Today I've got a friend of mine who's also my mentor. He's a brother. It's Hitesh Malhotra.
What's up, brother?
The CMO of Nykaa, the man who's taken Nykaa to the top of the brand world in India. Bro, firstly, thank you for being on the
Thank
Ramesh
you
show.
so much for interviewing me today.
For sure. I connect with you on an engineer to engineer level.
Yeah, man.
We know the jugaad life. We also know the failure life.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing to know in life, I think. Without that, you just can't go anywhere.
So I actually want to take you back to your college life. So you're an engineer from Mumbai University. Did you have any KTs? Did you flunk in college?
Yeah, I did, of course, and I don't regret it at all, because I think in college it would have been definitely more into sports, or probably more into debating and co-curricular, which is a very important part of what I am today. And probably in corporate it has been less of health, but more of the zeal to achieve and succeed, and probably, as I said, change the game in terms of how people look at brands.
Bro, so one downer for me in engineering college was when if someone got bad marks or a KT, the faculty as well as the students would tell you, abhi tera career khatam ho gaya.
I mean, there is a sad state of education in India, right? Because people would, you go to college, and I don't blame them. Mostly, maybe they are not happy with the kind of money they make, or they are not happy with the work that they are doing. So people, when they're not happy in their lives, they'll remove frustration in others. It's a very, very natural human tendency. If I'm not happy at work, I will start yelling at my team members, what the hell is going on? You guys are so incompetent. So I'm not angry at other people, it's just I'm angry at myself in my own life. So earlier it used to hurt me because they would not look at any positive thing about you and they are the first ones to put you down. But today, as a mature person, somebody in mid 30s, I can understand that maybe they wanted more out of life and they didn't achieve it. Nobody's born bad. It's just that situations which come gets the worst out of them. It can get the best out of you too.
So wait, what did you do after engineering college? Did you go abroad for your MS?
As soon as I college got over, I took up a very small kind of job because I never wanted to work as an engineer. So my first job was people's job. I took up a job in a very small recruitment firm, and my job, it was in Bandra only, and my job was to call up candidates to make them join call centers. Right? Because I realized that an engineer would go to Infosys and probably end up in the bench and get like 20,000 rupees a month, and I would get money per recruit. And I could recruit people like this for call centers. I could recruit like 100 people. You just have to convince them, bro, come. And you would know so many people who are anyways flunking, not clearing the KT, just call them to join the call center. That's the point where I thought, okay, I am good at communication. Now from communication, there are various different streams which one can get into, right? From teaching to public speaking, politician, PR, and then of course marketing. And that's the time when I was testing that, okay, which is the one that I can really suit myself in. So I realized that along with communication, because of my undergraduate, I've got penchant for numbers. So I had this, very, very strong interest in art as well. So I thought, okay, marketing is an amalgamation of both, and that is what I should be doing. And that's where I moved into brand management.
So wait, after those jobs, after college, then you went abroad and did an MBA?
Yeah, I mean, that is also like the reason for my MBA, as I said, was a revenge MBA, because breakup happened, the girl's parents, they didn't see any merit in me because my ex-girlfriend was an MBA at that time, and she said, okay, Shadi to kar, MBA bhi nahi kiya, to how will he take care of you, right? And then I thought, what is this crazy thing called MBA, which suddenly becomes like, you finish and you become the most appropriate bachelor in the world, and everybody wants their daughter to get married to you. So that revenge turned into energy, and then it turned into positivity. And it's so much so that actually a lot of things that I envisaged for myself actually happened.
So bro, you went to like one of the best American universities. You did a job in America for a bit, and then you came back to India. So, but I'm sure you brought back positives and brought it straight to Nykaa from the US.
Yes, what I brought from US is the way we should do marketing, definitely. I mean, I give credit to US.
Like, could you give an example of this?
Yeah, I mean, back from US, I didn't start my career with Nykaa. I've been with an e-commerce company which is into travel. I've been with an e-commerce company which is into fashion and lifestyle. In all these places, I was able to tell them that, okay, you guys need to focus more on content and social media.
You made it less uncle and more young.
Yeah. And I was surrounded by uncles all the time who wouldn't understand. And the difference in Nykaa is that I was the uncle and my team was the kids. But I wanted to be the good uncle, right? So, I mean, I would want to listen to them. We did have our debates because even the kids who joined my team, they would also come with so many different point of view. And it would be new to me, but the only thing I could do is accept it or maybe work along. So I think a lot of reasons why Nykaa does well is because it's a very, very open system in terms of what are the new ideas that you want to work with, and it lets you take the challenge. The CEO allows you to take this.
So Nykaa is one of those brands that's just come out of nowhere and started dominating like Indian markets. What do you think has taken it from that 0 to 1 goal?
The first thing is we don't lie to ourselves. We are like a bunch of very honest marketers. We are very much in line with what consumers want to see and where they want to see.
So you study your customer really well.
Absolutely. We are the biggest, we still have the biggest customer panel. You go to a research agency, they'll give you a customer panel of 500 odd people. Our panel is 10,000 people, 10,000 women spread across India.
As in you study like these people?
We talk to them.
Okay.
So one is that there are the stats that come out from the analytics system in terms of their click stream behavior, basically what they are clicking on, what pages they view, what products they add to cart, what they buy, and what products they stop buying, what products they started buying, where have they upgraded, where are they buying more. So one is that the numbers that straight away come out of the dashboard, and the other is validation of those hypotheses with customers by talking to them. So every month we will reach out to these customers through a survey, or we'll invite customers to our office and say that, look, we are thinking that you are doing this because of X, Y, Z factor. Is it true? Kindly validate. Or if it's not the right reason, please tell us where we are going wrong.
So basically you're making use of all the data that you've collected through your app, your website, at the same time understanding human emotions linked to that data.
100%.
So is that like the key to breaking out in the Indian market today?
Yes, it is absolutely the key, because the Indian customer is all about emotions.
Got it.
Right? Your data is an exhibit of emotions.
Got it.
But emotion is subjective. Emotion can be seasonal. Emotional can be trendy. Emotions can be time bound. All those factors you can study, and you can only validate by talking to customers. And then when you go back and take that input, then your output is excellent. Because now you know what kind of color in the banner with what lines of communication needs to go out at what point of time. If you get these three things right, you are a great marketer. That's what everybody wants to achieve.
So there's a lot of kids who want to start with their own corporate careers, and you're a corporate king. So what does the corporate king look for in like a person, like a kid who's coming in for a job?
Earlier, your personality would just be defined by your resume. That okay, these are the 3 checkpoints I need in my resume: BTech or MBA or BSc or design, and then you become eligible. We pick up a lot of freshers and we train them. I think the thing which I usually see, or which I usually put in my process as an interviewer, is that how open they are to changes and how receptive they are. So there are times when I interviewed a person, I did not talk anything about what the job would be like. I talked about what is the perception about the forthcoming elections and why. So whether you're bhakt or not, I just want to understand why is it what you are. So I think most of the people are freshers. We just see how they think and how open they are to learn new stuff, and I think then rest, everything kind of happens on its own. So I think my advice to kids is that be very aware about what's going on, have a point of view about it, right? Don't be a turtle inside the shell, because everything around you impacts you. The economy policies impact you, the weather impacts you, the politics impact you, the corporate environment impacts you, the GST impacts you, or the China-US trade war impacts you. Everything impacts you. Have a point of view, and it does not mean you open the newspaper and just mug it every day, but have a point of view that tells me that there is a mind which is working inside. And I think the second part is be very determined about your goals, right? I don't want to know that your goal is to become the best social media person or the best performance marketer. The goal which I talk about is what burner you want to pick. Just tell me that burner, right? Even if you're saying that, I want to have a decent career, but I want to be a fitness coach, that's fine with me. That's absolutely okay. If I could be a part of your life, letting you take your career to a stage where you want it to be, at the same time practicing to be a great fitness coach is absolutely okay with me. But at least have fixed goals, which are your fixed burners, and make sure you don't give them up easily. So have that resilience in you.
Do you think in 2019 you have to have an MBA to reach the top of the corporate world in India?
In India, yeah, still, unfortunately. I mean, a lot of people are going to hate me for that, but I mean, I will call spade a spade. 2027 India, no.
Got it.
2019, rest of the world, no.
Got it.
2019 India, yes. And it's you have to give people, the baby boomers, time to move on and retire. Right? After baby boomers, it'll be older millennials like me, right, who were born around the 80s, who will take over the senior positions in a lot of popular corporates. See, they will understand your plight. They would say, okay, fine, maybe life is beyond MBA and I should look at your profile. But I think in the next 10 years, I think the baby boomers generation, they would be still around, and they would still go the traditional way that I won't want to screen your resume first, then talk to HR and say, ask HR if they've screened it enough, and then get you in the interview.
Got it. Got it. Bro, so you know, startup culture, entrepreneurship has become super cool. I'm guilty of making it like cool also in India. What is your advice for kids who really aren't sure whether they want to become entrepreneurs? Possibly they want to just enter a corporate career, but they're not sure. How do you choose between the two lives?
Try everything, and then you will figure out. Be honest to yourself. I think the forces of nature will tell you, or your mind will tell you where you need to go.
Yeah.
But don't give up without trying. So don't give up without trying a corporate job if you want to be in corporate, and don't give up without running an idea and starting something if you want to be a startup. Don't go to other side of the bench and say, oh shit, I would have been great if I tried that.
Yeah.
So try everything, and you know, as I said, that give yourself enough time and energy.
Yeah.
And that's like really important.
Okay, anyway, that was the interview.
Okay,
Hitesh,
thank
got a
you.
little heavy.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed. Thank
I
you for
enjoyed
all
a
this
lot.
advice,
I
man.
think it was fabulous. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So, I always end the interviews with one last piece of advice, one life advice that you've gained from your career, just for people in general. It doesn't have to be career advice.
For people, don't take things around you or the nagging around you too seriously, because this is there could be a 0.1% probability that you are all in a simulated world, and this was bound to happen. And maybe the simulation that you desire for your life is also bound to happen later on, and you will achieve that. If your simulation is getting a sports car in a swanky house, and if that simulation is really meant for you, you will get it. So, believe in the theory of karma and maya, and then everything in the world starts looking very small.
Wow, beautiful. Thanks, man. Always like super enriching talking to you. So I'm glad that the audience also got to see this person that I know, this amazing guy that I know. I'm going to link all of Hitesh's handles down below in the description. Make sure you follow him. And until next time, guys, from Hitesh, Ranveer, on The Ranveer Show. See you later.